welcome to day 4 of the reading rush. It is about 6 o'clock on Thursday. I have been home from work for a little bit and I have stuff to talk to you about, so I'm here talking to you about that stuff again. So I actually managed to read an entire book today and I'm really proud of myself. I listened to the entirety of the audiobook for If I'm Being Honest by Emily Webberly and Siegemund-broka. This I was using for the challenge to read a book completely outside my house. I read this completely while I was at work today, so it was outside my house. It counts, and it was really good. So this book is about a girl named Cameron Bright who has a bit of a reputation at her school for being a bitch, and when she says the wrong thing in front of the guy that she's crushing on, she realizes that she needs to make amends. She needs to fix her reputation and she needs to right some wrongs that she's done in the past. And this leads her on a journey of self-discovery, and it also leads her to a guy named Brendan Rosenfeld, a guy that she gave a very unfortunate nickname to when they were in junior high school, and now she is trying to make amends. She wants to fix her relationship with Brendan in hopes of impressing her crush, and along the way, as you might expect, she finds love in some unexpected places, and all the while she's dealing with getting ready to graduate from high school, and she is trying to get into her dream schools, and she is really wanting to get this internship at the company that her father runs, and she's dealing with a lot of other stuff on top of all of this like new stuff she's learning about herself. It's actually a bit of a retelling of The Taming of the Shrew by Shakespeare, and it's all about Cameron, who is like Catherine in the Taming of the Shrew sense, trying to tame herself. And along the way, she realizes that she doesn't necessarily have to put on an act for people, and she can be the best version of herself while not completely changing who she is for a guy. And I really liked that it had that message in there, but there were some things about it that I didn't totally love. I might not be the best person to speak on this because I went to a really small high school. I went to the school with the same like 150 people from the time I was in kindergarten all the way to graduation, and it really wasn't a thing at our school, but there is such an emphasis in this book about being popular and how like important it is and how like great it is to be popular, and like people actually go around the school saying I'm popular, and that just, in my experience, that does not actually happen in high school. At least in my experience, people don't just go around saying I'm popular and you're nothing, and I don't know, that was the only thing about it that I didn't find totally believable, because I don't really think that that's how people are, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because I went to such a small school, I don't really know the full extent of that kind of experience. But yeah, it just didn't really feel, I don't know, it felt a little bit weird, because it felt like adults writing what they think teenagers are like, and it didn't come off like necessarily as authentic. But I did really like how the book played on the tropes and themes of The Taming of the Shrew, and how it kind of adapted that play in a more modern interpretation. And I am really glad that I finally read this book, and I'm really glad that I finally read something by this author duo, because I've been hearing endless good things about them, and now I want to go back and read their first book and read their new book. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the main characters of their first book actually make a cameo at the very end of this book, so that was exciting. Getting to see those characters made me like a little bit more interested to read their story, so I'm probably gonna go back and read their first book at some point. Also, this book was on my 2020 TBR, so I'm officially caught up. I have now read 7 of my 12 books off of my 2020 TBR, which is just so exciting for me. And I've finished a 3rd book for the readathon, which I'm really pleased with. Additionally, I also started reading Edenbrooke by Julianne Donaldson. So this book is about a girl named Marianne who is going to stay at an estate with her twin sister. She and her sister have been separated for the last like 14 months or so. Ever since their mother died, they were sent to live with different relatives because their father went to France to grieve their mother's death. And at the beginning of this book, she finds out that she's gonna get the opportunity to go stay at Edenbrooke, the estate of the Wyndham family, and she's finally going to be reunited with her sister. On her journey there, she gets into a little bit of trouble, and she ends up having to stay at this inn for the night, and she meets this guy who she thinks is just so rude, and then she gets to know him a little bit, and they kind of become friends, but he won't tell her his name. And then when she eventually gets to Edenbrooke, she finds out that he's actually the son of this family, and he is the person that her sister has been writing to her for a year, hoping to marry. I believe, I'm not very far into it at this point, but I believe the main character and this guy who her sister likes are actually going to end up falling in love, and I think it's going to cause a bit of a problem between the sisters and a bit of a thing in general. So like I said, I'm not too far into it. I think I'm about like a quarter of the way into the book, and to be honest, it's fine. I like it, but I'm a little bit bored. It definitely is not like the Duchess deal at all. The Duchess deal is, well, first of all, it's much more steamier, and also Tessa Dare really like took that time period and the expectations of women, and she kind of subverted those expectations and she put them into a bit of a more feminist context. There is a lot of like female empowerment in the Duchess deal, and this book definitely more so falls back on the tropes of like what women were expected to be in the society at this time, and it's coming across a little bit like try hard. You can tell that she's taking a lot of inspiration from like a Pride and Prejudice type story, and it's almost like she's trying really hard for this to be kind of like a Pride and Prejudice story, but it just doesn't have the same charm as Pride and Prejudice, as Jane Austen in general. So it's coming across like a little bit, I don't know, a little bit much. It just feels like it's trying a little bit too hard to be something, and there's a very specific way that the author wants you to feel as you're reading the book, and so I'm not totally loving it. It's fine, and I'm probably gonna finish it, but I'm not like in love with it like I was when I was reading the Duchess deal. Like, I got so invested that I wanted to read that book as quickly as possible, and this one does not. I'm not having that same experience with this one, unfortunately. I also haven't read the next story in The Last Wish just yet. I'm probably gonna do that tonight at some point, maybe pick up the physical book and actually read the next story. I feel like I'm probably gonna want to start a new book at some point, but I might not be in the mood for it. I don't know, it just depends. It's 6 o'clock now. At some point I'm gonna have to cook dinner, and I need to do some laundry, and I need to wash my hair, and I really want to do like a Q&A portion of the video for tonight. Like, if I get any questions, then I got one question so far, but if I get some more, then I'll do a Q&A. And other than that, I don't really know what the night's gonna look like, because I'm boring and I don't have a lot going on. But luckily tomorrow is Friday, the weekend is starting, and maybe I'll have some more exciting content for the weekend. I'm thinking about doing something kind of exciting for Saturday's vlog, so I haven't decided if I want to yet, but I might be taking on a little, I don't know, challenge for myself on Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's my plan for right now. I'm gonna go lay on the couch for a little bit and just hang out with Cole and relax, and then I'll cook dinner, and I'll check up with you in a little bit. It's the end of another day, and I again didn't really do much this evening, so I didn't have a lot to vlog. I did end up reading a little bit more of Siegemund-broka, and I think I am going to finish it. Like, I'm not DNFing it. I think I just need to give it a little more time before I like just really get into it, which I'm planning on doing. I'm actually planning on finishing it tomorrow. I'm hopeful, fingers crossed, that I can manage it. I actually have to cover the reception desk for the majority of the afternoon tomorrow. Our receptionist took tomorrow off, and so I'm covering from like 12 to 5 or something like that. So I'm gonna be sitting up there all afternoon. So that will give me the perfect opportunity to get a lot of that book read, which is my goal. And I'm also going to try to read a couple stories in The Last Wish tomorrow and get caught up, because I want to finish that one as well. Also, tomorrow evening I have a little activity, a little project that I'm going to be working on planned, so that should make some interesting content for the vlog. And I didn't really get any questions for a Q&A for today. I got one, so I'm going to save it, and then if you have any questions, seriously, if you have any questions for a Q&A portion of a vlog, please let me know down in the comments, because I want to answer questions. I want to talk about myself, but I want to know what people want to know about me. So if you have any questions for me, please let me know, and I will try to do a Q&A tomorrow. I feel like my vlog tomorrow will be a little bit more exciting, because I will not have to get up and go to work the next day, so I can actually like stay up a little bit later, put a little bit more effort into doing things in the evening that don't just completely wear me out, and it'll be a much better vlog, hopefully. Thanks for watching today. I think I managed, well, I read the entirety of If I'm Being Honest, which I think was about 360 pages, and that's all I read today, but that's still really good. I read a whole book today. I'm really happy with the progress I'm making on the reading rush. I'm one book behind, but it's fine. I'm gonna catch up. Everything's gonna be fine. Let me know down in the comments how the reading rush is going for you. How many books have you finished? I'd really love to know just like what book you're currently reading or what challenges you've already completed. I just want to know all the things down in the comments, so let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.